Hey everybody, welcome to XZ Chat. I'm Serge.
I'm Rob.
I'm Gen Z.
I'm Gen X.
And today we are doing another music reaction. So without further ado, we're going to spin the wheel. And Rob, it is on your shoulders. What song we react to today?
The pressure's on again. Let's see.
Let's see. Choose a good one, Rob.
All right. Keeping my fingers crossed.
Let's see.
Save Me
Ooh.
by Ass.
Save Me by Avenged Sevenfold, not by
Avenged
Ass.
Sevenfold. That's right.
Without hesitation. Save Me by Ass.
Was that a slip up or what? Are we recording?
That's the highlight of the video.
Oh my gosh. All right.
All right, without further ado, guys, we'll pull up the song Save Me by Ass. I mean, Avenged Sevenfold.
Avenged Sevenfold. That's AS.
Yeah. All right. Let's pull it up. The last song was Backcountry that we reacted to by them, and we enjoyed it. So
Yeah, we did.
let's pull up this one and see if this one is a hit or an off song, as you said, with one of the other songs we reacted to.
An off song will come up on occasion.
On
Let's see.
occasion. So we'll let you know. Let's pull it up.
Bring it up.
All right. Let's see. We always have our
It's a
trust.
long song.
Oh my gosh, that's the song length.
Wow.
11 minutes for a song. Wow.
Let's make sure. Yeah, go back and just do another query real quick.
Go back and check.
Yeah.
No, that is the official length. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. This is a long one.
Okay.
All right, guys. We we were a bit blown away by the song length. 11 minutes about for the song.
Yeah.
That reminds me of I watched the movie. You watched this movie as well. I watched it on the cruise for the first time. It was like a magical experience. I watched the movie Bohemian Rhapsody by
yeah.
Queen. And
Great movie.
It was a fantastic movie. I loved how they structured it, and it just felt so powerful, like the way all the scenes and stuff went down. I really enjoyed it, and like I said, I watched it the first time on a cruise, and it was truly amazing because I had the whole, like, all the rows. I guess everyone already saw the movie or something because nobody came in, or all the old people on the cruise didn't care.
Oh, you were in the theater, not
I was in the
your
theater.
cabin.
No, not in my cabin. I was in the main theater where they would do like the performance and stuff.
Right.
And sometimes they would just use that theater to put on like a random movie
Right.
when it's not in use. And I went in there the first time, and I think there maybe was like 2 or 3 other people in the whole place that's accommodating like 1,000 people at least, right?
Yeah.
And the second, and I enjoyed the movie so much, I came back and I watched it again at the next listing time.
Wow. Yeah.
And I think I did that maybe even another time. So I watched it like 3 times over on that one cruise because I was bored, and I was like, it felt. I was so deprived of any experience, like my games and stuff, that when I sat there and I watched the movie, I was just like all into it.
Having withdrawals.
Yeah. And so the second time I went there and the third time I went there, I think it was like completely empty except for me. And I sat right in the middle of this whole massive theater.
What
and
a
I had
cool
all to myself.
experience.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I went on this whole little tangent is because there's a scene in that movie that it just reminded me of based on our reaction to the song length, where there's a scene where Queen,
Yes.
the band, is trying to get their song onto like the album or whatever.
Yeah,
and
right.
the guy's like, no one would ever publish a song this long. No one would ever play it on the radio. Are you crazy? We go with I'm in love with my car.
Right.
Yeah. As the main song for the band. And they're like Bohemian Rhapsody or We Walk. And he said something about like he didn't agree. He wanted to go with the car, and they basically left the contract or whatever. I forgot if it was a contract, but basically they just like walked out on him and then they ended up playing the song on the radio through like a friend or some other contact anyway, and they're like,
It became a hit.
yeah, it became a hit. Big hit. So it just kind of reminded me, is this going to be the Bohemian Rhapsody for Avenged Sevenfold, or is it
Right.
going to be an ass song?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll find out about that.
Let's watch the video. But before we do, song title. Save
Song
Me.
title.
What could that mean?
Okay, I think someone here is just struggling with, and let's find out if it's drugs, alcohol, or life. But they are having a most difficult time, and they are seeking a way out, and they are desperate, looking for help, and saying, "Save me." Not desperate in a bad way, but just desperate in that they are beaten down and they need help.
Yeah, that's my guess as well, is that maybe it's someone who's in a bad place in life and they're looking for a way out. So they're saying, save me, someone save me.
Yeah.
So without further ado, ready to jump in? I'm excited
jump in.
to hear this. The longest song I think I've ever heard or about to hear.
Well, Rapper's Delight. I wonder if that's longer or not. Ooh.
Rapper's Delight?
Don't even look it up.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, no, good. You're gonna hear it sometime. We're gonna react to it.
Ooh. Is it a Gen?
It's
Gen X song?
It's an in between. It's just before my time, but not really. So yeah, I'm on the cusp of a Gen X.
All right, we'll have to check that one out.
Yeah.
So
it's a birth giver to rap, modern day. You know, I forgot the name of it. What do you call
Rapper's Delight, you said?
Yeah. By the Sugar Hill Gang.
Oh, what?
Sugar Hill Gang. It's the name of the group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. We're talking about a different song here.
Yeah.
It's completely different than what we're about to hear. Anyway.
Yeah, sometimes we like to get chatty. Sorry, you guys. For that reason, I include chapters on every video, so you can skip to the sound reaction if you ever need to. So, with that being said, or if you enjoy our dialogue, you feel free to watch our intros as well.
Exactly.
And
have a good time with us, and leave comments in the comments section.
Yeah. We enjoy reading your comments. So
we do.
Sometimes we crack up because sometimes Rob, some of you guys have been likening him to a movie character. What was the name? 'Cause I haven't seen the movie, but.
Oh yeah, from
what was it? the guy who has the mustache and the long hair as well.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, what is it? The bridesmaid.
Bridesmaid? Is that what it's called?
Is that what it's called? I forgot. It's a great movie.
Basically,
classic.
You guys have been doing references to. Maybe I'll put an image on the screen. I looked up the comic because I hadn't seen the movie, and someone said that Rob looks like a certain character, and I looked it up and I laughed because it was spot on.
Yeah, that's right.
So
yeah, so look for it on the screen.
Yeah. So some of you guys' comments.
Antonio Montoya.
I think that's what it was. It's something like along those lines. But yeah, so like I said, your guys' comments sometimes crack us up, especially that we have had multiple people liking you to this character.
Yeah, you kill my father, now I must kill you. His character.
Yeah.
Great movie. I am ashamed that I don't remember the title. That was definitely my generation.
Yeah. So,
all right.
With that being said,
push that button, turn it up, and let's play.
Let's turn it up. It's already been 8 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I think this is one of our longest intros. All right. Jumping in. Ooh. Hear the drums in the background? Ooh.
Almost a little eerie.
Yeah, eerie is dramatic, like Halloween.
Yeah. You heard the thing. I like the drums in the background for sure.
I'm liking the guitar right now, especially. Oh my gosh, I just have to say real quick. I'll rewind. But do you hear in the background? It sounds like a Gregorian choir is like, it's like a Gregorian chant. It reminds me of the Halo in the background slightly.
I'll listen more acutely for that.
Yeah, I'll rewind a little bit so that you can hear when it kicks in. It's like very subtle in the background. It's like, I don't know if it seems like it to me, but that's what I'm hearing in the background right now. So listen. I think it's after this part.
Yeah.
Hear it?
I hear it now. Yeah, good call out.
It reminds me of Halo.
Good call out.
I like that dramatic feel to it. Hear that?
Interesting sound with the music there.
Yeah.
It's different.
Oh my gosh, it's changing up like every 10, 15 seconds. It's changing the sound, and there's like some sounds here I've never heard used, like the sound right before. I've never heard that in a song.
I've neither.
And then that Gregorian chant being used as like the backdrop. I've never heard it being used in that sense as well. It's very subtle. Yeah. I I have to say, Avenged Sevenfold, some of their songs we enjoyed, some of them were more of a miss, but most of them we've actually really enjoyed.
Yeah.
And what we've noticed on every single song pretty much is that they always knock it out of the park with the instrumentals.
Always.
Like this right now is one of the sickest instrumentals I think I've ever heard on a song.
Yeah.
And so even before we've so far we only heard one word, skull, and
Yeah, that's right.
But just the instrumental is already one of my favorites. So yeah, I just have to say that.
Hear that picking up in
There's
the
a voice in the
background?
background.
Sorry, did I wake your dreams? Some questions run to me. We only wake up when we sleep. Met by the lunar light, troubles all we find. Lost our way tonight. Is it something we said? Is it something we said to them? Is it something we said? I'm trapped in a bio world where the endings are the same as every other. We're only here today. I'm losing my only dream. I can use some guiding light, some place to go. You hear me? Let me know.
Oh my gosh. What do you think, Rob? Before I say anything, I'm loving this. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I can tell you're really into it, and it's cool.
And his voice, I love how he's bringing out that smooth. It's very melodic. I think this is one of the most melodic voices we've heard him use thus far.
Yeah, I haven't heard. Previously, we've heard songs where he's a lot more. He's louder, a lot more almost. Would you call it metalcore, techno, screamo?
Screamo, maybe a more gruff voice sometimes. He switches it up sometimes, but this one, like I said, I love this like melodic voice. It's one of my favorite voices. It's like buttery smooth, and I think that also the message, like the words on the screen, like the message of like the lyrics is also really powerful. It's like saying, "Save me, I'm losing my only dream, and we're all here to die." And he's basically saying like he's lost, and he's like, "Show me some guiding light. Show me some place to go."
Yeah, and I like how he references the lunar light lighting up the night for him, giving him some way to grope through whatever darkness he's experiencing, which is part of the save me.
Save me, right? Yeah, and you're right about that, about it being like in a tough spot. And he's asking, and it's related to life, right?
Yeah.
You're going through a tough time in life, and you could use guidance. You could use some way out of where you're trapped.
Yeah, and it sounds he sounds despondent. Everything ends up being the same. We eventually die.
Yeah.
And wow,
Yeah.
he's in a hard place right now.
Yeah,
but we've all been there too,
Right.
where we need to extend our hand and say, help me out, friend, brother, save me. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's interesting about the lyric, "I'm losing my only dream." Earlier in the song, he said something about, I want to go back to the lyrics. I think he said something about, we only truly wake up when we dream, or something like that, which was an interesting comparison. We only wake up when we sleep. And it's interesting because what could that mean, right? Like your dream, is it only in your dreams that you truly are experiencing reality?
Right. And so this, it's like an oxymoron, and that's right. So dream is our reality, whereas our reality, we're in a dream state. It's our reality is our non-reality.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you did that clarification. But it's fun. It's funny that in the beginning they had all these crazy instrumentals, and it was like taking you on a journey as if you're in a dream, right? You're in your sleep, and
you're right. Interesting, you pull us into that.
And the thing he opens with is, "Sorry, did I wake your dreams?"
Yeah.
And so like we were just going to that dreamy state.
Yes.
So I don't know if that was intentional. I'm assuming it was, but
Yeah,
it
I'm
was,
sure
either
it
way,
was.
it was a real interesting thing to point out there.
Mm-hmm.
So in general, I'm loving it so far. We're 3 minutes in, so we get to experience
A
another
lot more.
2/3. Yeah, let's jump back in.
Lose my only dream. I can use some guiding light, some place to go. You hear me? Let me know. Ever since the day you left, my fate's been set unknown. How many years to walk this path alone? So much to see tonight. So why'd you close your eyes? Why can't I shut mine? Is it so-
Did you notice what he said? What he did with his voice? Like he trailed off with as he said it, and it's very. It's a really cool effect how he did it. It's like his voice is just completely trailing off. Right here, I'm immediately getting two ideas to interpret this. One is a close relative, right? Like a father figure or someone who's really close, right? Basically saying, why do you close your eyes? Why can't I shut mine? As if like his relative passed away, so they're never going to open their eyes again. They're just completely shut forever. And why can't I do the same? And how many years do I have left to walk this path alone before I also pass away? Another one, interpretation I have, which I'm guessing is the one that they're aiming towards, is God. Basically saying ever since the day you left me, like their faith has left them, or they feel like God is dead, like he's disappeared. My fate's been set to unknown. How many years to walk this path alone? How much longer must I walk this path unguided in life, right? So much to see tonight. So why'd you close your eyes? Why did you shut your eyes to this reality? There's so much going on, and why can't I shut mine?
That's right. With all this pain, everything I'm seeing, I want more than anything to shut my own, but I can't.
Yeah.
I've got to see it, or I have to experience it. Yeah.
So yeah, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. No, right there. What I just shared. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, ready to jump back in?
Let's do it.
You close your eyes. Why can't I shut mine? Is it something we did?
Great sound, that's for sure.
Is it something we did to them? Is it something we did?
Well, I like it. It's like you can feel the anger. It's something we did, and if it's referring to
Carrying
God,
that note, right?
yeah, it's carrying it forward.
I'm trapped in a vile world where the end game's all the same as every other. We're only here today.
It's so interesting how he sings that one lyric. We're only here to die. He sings it so beautifully. We're only here to die.
And it's such a despondent statement, right?
Right, and
Yeah.
I found it really interesting, like going off the God interpretation. Like earlier, you could hear these lyrics being sung with anger. Is this something we did? Is it something we did to them? Like, is it something we did to deserve this? To deserve to be left forgotten in this vile world where we're only destined to die? Really interesting. I'm really enjoying this. So,
All right.
let
Play.
me go back. There we go. I want to hear that one lyric. We're only here to die. One more time.
He carries himself really well.
Game's all the same as every other. We're only here today. I'm losing my
And I also like how immediately afterwards, when he says "save me," it's like a chorus. So like the chorus of all the people wanting to be saved. So like they're all saying "save us."
Oh, really good. I like it. You're going very deep with this.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. When a song draws me in,
You're all in.
I'm losing my only dream. I can use some guiding light, some place to go. If you hear me, let me know.
See, talking to God, if that's what the song's about. Ooh, you hear the switch up?
Yeah.
That was a very subtle one. They same lyrics, or not same lyrics, but like same. It was the same instrumental as before, and then they switched. I'm sorry if I'm pausing a lot, guys. I'm just like really enjoying it.
You're into it.
Yeah.
transitions too. Really cool transition.
It reminds me of what they did with I think it was Buried Alive, where they also switched up the song throughout. Ooh, getting a little faster now.
Yeah.
Hear that?
Yeah, awesome instrumental.
It reminds me of I want to go and make a video game with this kind of soundtrack. Ooh, you hear that subtle? I want to hear that one subtle transition. Do you hear that? It changed completely there.
There it is.
You can hear it coming back in.
Help me find my way. Said help me find my way. No pulse inside of me. Stone cold lips and heresy. All lies into a degree. Losing who I wanna be. You'll find out right now. He may be out of his mind, but someday you will find the sanity's left us all blind and dragged us all behind. A moment seen through those eyes, crystal blue skies. They say that all beauty must die. I say it just moves on.
Yes.
If you only
That was a good drop.
then someday you will find insanity left us behind and walk right through the dark. Can see the pictures clear as yesterday. Pictures on my eyes. Can hear the voices begging you to stay, but no, you're not alone. I'm trapped in a fire.
I really like this part.
Where the endings are the same as every other. We're only here today. I'm losing my only dream. I can use some guiding light, some place to go. If you hear me, let me know. If you hear me, let me know.
I like that dramatic instrumental in the back. Wow. Don't tell me it's about to end. Okay, we still have more.
Tonight we all die young. Tonight we all die Tonight
Ooh.
we all die.
You have melodic voices.
Yeah, it sure is.
I like the contrast between the word die and how smooth and pleasantly he's singing it. Juxtaposition. Actually, like, they're disturbing. Wow.
What a nice way to end it. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
just a really cool way to end
And,
it there.
and it didn't feel like it was dragged out at all. Like for 11 minutes.
For
song,
11 minutes?
you-
No.
Yeah, you would think like maybe at some point you'd be like, okay, we gotta move on already. But this song, like they just changed it up so much that it does. it doesn't feel like it's a drag. Like I was actually waiting for more and more, and like at one point I was like, I hope this isn't over, and I check, and I'm like, okay, we still have some more.
There's still more time.
At the end there was like tonight we like was talking about We Die Young. It reminds me actually of a song I heard from my childhood. I don't know who it was by maybe you've heard of it, but it's like tonight we die young. Oh, tonight. I forgot who it was by. If you guys
Sounds like
know.
it might be an anthem type song.
Yeah, it's an anthem type song. Exactly. That's a great way of putting it. So it wasn't rock. I think it was something else. But it was like tonight we die young, and I think we play it like in the gymnasium of like our school, or whatever. Like the teacher, the PE
Fun.
teacher would throw it on, and everyone would,
Yeah.
everyone would
Get
like
pumped
jog
up and- yeah.
to it. Yeah. So it's funny because that lyric just reminded me of that one song. I don't know if that's the song name We Die Young or if it's just like the main lyric of that one song, but. And just a little interesting connection there. Whether or not this is about God, I'm not sure, but it kind of sounds to me like what's on the lyrics is leaning towards that. Curious to hear what your interpretation of the song was.
Well, I have to say, before I interpret it, is again 11 minutes of this, and these guys are talented, right?
Yeah.
The different sounds of music, the way they flowed in and transitioned from something that was rocking, and then it just went mellow and soft. The drop, the quick pickup, talent.
Yeah,
Really cool. Interpretation. So when you reference God, I thought, oh yeah, I hadn't thought about that, but I could see that. The place of despondency and save
Right.
me now, and
It's from this vile world.
yeah. And I keep going back to the idea of our reality is only when we're dreaming, and when we're dreaming, it's really the non-reality, or it's really the reality. Just an oxymoron there.
Yeah.
And which is just saying, I'm suffering a lot in this world.
Right.
And so it goes back to a great title which says it all. Save me.
Save me.
Pull me out of this. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some lyrics in there that I feel like they could also lean towards a different interpretation. So make sure you guys let us know in the comments
Sure.
if there's official meaning or if there's just your interpretation. If there is no official meaning, but in general, like I said, I really enjoyed this one. I think it has a powerful message, especially the lyrics. It's not all of them I fully understood, but from the ones I did, I really enjoyed it, especially with all the different sounds and instrumentals in the background. In the beginning of the song, I know there's some interesting noises they threw in there. Not noises, but like interesting musical decisions that they made, including that Gregorian. I don't know if that's the right term, but that's the closest thing it reminds me of, which is that Gregorian like.
Very
Chant
subtle in the background. In
Yeah,
the beginning.
and then there's some other sound like it was like a.
And I didn't catch
quick-
it until you pointed it out.
Yeah, and then afterwards there was a couple of quick sounds that I was like, whoa, and you also picked up on it, I think, at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And then in general, there's like, it was interesting. Some instrumentals, sometimes they sounded like spooky or ominous, like
Yeah, a little
kinda
eerie.
Eerie. That's the word.
Certainly in the beginning too.
And then sometimes it would like transition to like this more heroic, like hero's journey style.
Yeah.
It was like you're like on a. It is like picking up. So if I understand how they did that transition from spooky to like kind of heroic. I don't know if those are the best words to describe it. That's the way. That's the emotion it evoked from me listening to it. But yeah, and I'm also really glad that he fully showcased his like smooth buttery voice, because that's like my favorite style. And I was surprised that throughout this pretty much the entire song he used that one voice and really showed that he can handle it with like the vocals.
Yeah, he did a really good job with that. The sound of the voice went right into the sound of the so it wasn't just the lyrics, but you're right, the sound of his voice was so melodic with the instrumentals.
Right, and I think it did wonders for this song, because some of the lyrics he was singing would be very dark, like talking about we all die young, and we're all brought into this world to die. And he's like, to die. I forgot how he sounded now, but he sounded in a very like melodic way, and I always love that juxtaposition where like the lyrics are dark but the singing is smooth.
It's smooth, almost enlightening.
Yeah.
It kind of gets you a little pumped up.
Yeah. So in general, this is one of my favorites. I don't know about you. What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah.
You know, the songs we've been reacting to lately, it's like I want to create a DVD and let's just play those again, you know, one after another. Yeah, and this is one of them.
Yeah, let us know if there's any songs similar to this one, because this personally, like I said, this is one of my favorites from what I've heard from them so far.
Agreed. Yeah,
the sound and the instrumentals I felt were really creative for this one. So with that being said, we hope you guys enjoyed this one as well. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon for staying up to date for future videos. And with that being said, have a great rest of your day.
You'll see you soon.
All right, guys, take care.